Ladies and gentlemen, members and friends, it's Lachlan and Matt back again.
Sure are.
Sure am. Is. We're here. Welcome back to Whisky Alement. It is, of course, gathering month coming up at the bar, which is so exciting. It's coming up all around the country for Australian members of the SMWS. And Lachlan, the bar manager here at Whisky Alement, has the privilege of picking out something from the archive. The Society
Privilege
archive
is correct.
Upstairs. Something from the archive every month to share with members. And this month is no different, and it's themed for each month somewhere. It's taken on a bit of a theme, hasn't it?
Yeah, this one, this year it actually has. We've tried to guide the archive in that way. To celebrate especially 40 years this year. So
40th anniversary of the SMWS. And as a result, you can see from the front label of this, the name is, you can't see it. Well, that's not the name, but you can't probably read it from this distance, but it's also all in Japanese.
Yes.
So Society Cask number 36.181. We were very lucky to get just 6 bottles of this in the country. 1 case of this arrived. We featured this bottling in a couple of last year's gathering events. Yep. And now we're coming up on, geez, it was last year.
It was last year. How quick has that gone?
I think I just opened that. It feels like I opened that like last week sometimes. It feels like it was like last month anyway. So last year, the gathering bottling came through, and Japan branch very graciously sent us 1 case of this very tasty 36. Lachlan was at that tasting where we opened this, and he picked this one out and said, let's archive this one. And here we are.
Yeah, let's open it.
Now, you and I have both just used our phones. We've had our phones out here because we tried to do the Google lens on working out what the name was. What did yours come up as?
I think it was Arrival of Summer.
And mine says, premonition of the arrival. So mine misses the word summer entirely.
Now it says premonition of the arrival of summer.
Well, let's go. That seems like a combination of both. So this is the premonition of the arrival of summer, which sounds like the kind of dram that you drink just on the cusp of summer, which is what we're coming up on.
Coming up on spring at the moment. So
which is the cusp of summer. Do you want to do the honours? Do you want to crack that open?
Absolutely.
Yep. So we'll have a little taste now. The full September Outturn is on the bar. By the time you're watching this, is on the bar downstairs at Whisky Alement.
Yep.
Along with their archive bottling, which is also on the bar. So you can try the current gathering, but also last year's international gathering alongside it, which is super exciting. And so just a wee smidge. Whoa. How about I just give you some of this one?
Yeah.
I'll trade you. Here you go. So we're just going to have just a bit of a taste of this and see how we land, because I know this is modern distillate from Distillery 36.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of their old distillate.
That leathery, meaty thing.
Yeah, that really heavy spirit they used to produce. The cask is playing a bit into that there.
Yeah, 2010. So
yeah. And so this is an extra maturation in a first fill Oloroso hogshead. I think it was an American Oloroso hoggy.
The nose on this is spectacular, and such a good ABV to be at as well, 51.5%.
Yeah, that's dropped a bit, hasn't it? It's great. It's so weird. It's a weird whiskey, this one. It's like to see 11-year-old sherried whiskey at cask strength of 51.5 is quite low. It's quite low for an 11-year-old, because this would have gone into the wood at 63 and a bit percent or something, and it's come out at 51.5. How many bottles did it yield? 100 and what?
133.
That's not much. That is very little. That's 130. And so just think about this Japan branch. Got 128 of those, 127 of those bottles.
Yeah.
And we got 6. And this is a couple of them were sold at the event. So if you managed to grab one of these, you're very lucky.
Very, very much so.
But this one is what was left. So kept in the archive for 3 years.
Spectacular.
It's so good. It's such a clean but like meaty, leathery sherry.
Mm.
That's remarkable.
That cola nut on the palate is spectacular from that Oloroso. Yeah.
Delightful.
It was one of the better sherry whiskeys I've had in a little while. I remember now why we put it in the archive.
Yes.
So perfumed.
Yeah, it is quite perfumed. It's lovely old perfume. It's a bit of like lavender, violet, and but there's a lovely earthiness to it.
Yeah,
there's a like rich soil.
Yeah,
like wine soil. Like like winery soil kind of thing going on here. How good is spirit that's made from grain and earth and things? You know, when you think about it like grain and wood and things coming together, and the end result of something that is just remarkable.
Something that's been happening a lot in the whiskey industry over the last 5 or so years is the conversation around the terroir.
Yeah.
Where the grain comes from. And
not terror.
No,
not pure terror. No, terroir.
Yeah, terroir. And the sense of terroir is not just where the grain is grown, but the provenance of the grain, the timber, but even the people who are making it, and adding to that sense of romance that we all have around where things come from and who makes it. And this is a great example of that, I think.
Yeah. One of the lines I've said at a few of my tastings in the past is that misnomer. I often hear other ambassadors say that line of there's only 3 ingredients in whiskey. It's like barley, water, and yeast. And then I say, but yeah, then there's wood, time, and people. Yeah. And that's, it's like you can't
You could kind of go on and on copper.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. That's lovely. It is really one of those, like, it's almost mortlack-ish in a way. It's got that sort of lovely sort of gamey meat, but also
all that really bright, perfumey thing that you're getting off that spirit, that modern spirit from this distillery.
Which is great. I'm discovering that modern 36 is like this one. We say modern, by the way. What Lockie and I are referring to is, of course, this distillery used to run a very different distillate I was going to say 98, but
no, it's later than that.
Oh, maybe 2008 maybe something.
2008. Something.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm a decade out. But it's changed a lot. But it's I think they're making remarkable spirit, and I think that proof is just delightful to drink at. I'm not going to add any water. I'm not even going to try adding water to this one. I don't think it needs it. 51.5.
Perfect drinking strength.
Drinking strength, exactly.
I can't imagine this is going to last long on the bar.
No, I wouldn't have thought so, especially once people even catch a glimpse of that label and go, this is something a bit special.
Yeah.
And I just want to do a quick shout out to Janelle and the team at SMWS Japan for sending us a case of this, because it was absolutely didn't have to do that, but it was really nice that we get to share that with members last year. And of course, this year we've also got some lovely international casks through the gathering that we're going to share with you all as well. So, Lockie, fun to bar. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you once again.
See you downstairs at the bar.
See you downstairs.
Cheers.
Cheers.